Hello and welcome to this crossover episode of On Fire and Beyond the Badge. Today we're here to talk to you about bike safety. We have Officer Kate Mann from the Oshkosh Police Department, and I am John Holland from the Fire Department. So the first thing you do before you go anywhere on your bike is you make sure that your bike is actually safe to use. Do the brakes work? Everything is good to go. Make sure that the handlebars work, that you can steer, everything is tightened, your wheels are ready to go. Then you have to make sure, even before you put your helmet on, you have to make sure the bike fits you. So to do that, what you do is you find your favorite police officer to hold your bike up for you, and then when you're sitting on the seat, you got me?
Yep.
When you're sitting on your seat, this bottom leg should be down here, and you should have just a slight bend when you're at the bottom of your pedal stroke. So just a slight bend in the knee. That means it fits you. You don't want it too small. You don't want it too big. Otherwise, you have a hard time controlling it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. The most important thing you can do to make sure that you are safe is to wear a helmet. Make sure the helmet fits and that you wear it every single time. So to see if it fits, you put it on your head, and before you even buckle it up, you stick your fingers up here in the air holes and kind of like a bowling ball, and you try to turn your helmet. You should have to turn your head to turn your helmet. If you can do this, it is too big. Okay, if you have to, too small. All right, then you got to get it tight. And this is where everybody is. It's got to be tight, but you don't have to be choking. Okay, so you buckle it up. And then you have to make sure that these straps are right here. You get these little things underneath here so they're right under your ears. Slide these right up. Okay, tighten it up a little bit. The way you can tell if it's tight enough is you open your mouth and you should feel your helmet pull down. Okay, just pull down just a little bit, and I can still breathe, and you can still get a finger under here, so it's not that tight. Okay, but it has to be tight enough so it stays on your head. Most helmets these days also have a little thing on the back where you can adjust that to make sure it is tight. Okay, I'll show you why it's important. Not right now, though. There are a lot of different helmets out there. There we go. This is one of the coolest ones I've seen. First of all, it's very high vis. I mean, you're not going to miss this. And on the back, there's actually a light. So there's 3 different light settings. There's just the plain one, the blinking one, and then the cool little flashing one here. It's to make sure that you are seen. All right. Here's why you need to wear a bike helmet. Okay. This bike helmet was in an accident. It was on a 10-year-old boy, and you can see he hit his head. He got hit from behind, went over the handlebars. He hit his head on the car up ahead of him, and here's what happened to his helmet. Okay, if he wouldn't have had his helmet on, he probably wouldn't have made it. And what happened is he did get a little road rash on him. Obviously, he wiped out on his bike, and he had a little cut under his eye that needed a few stitches. But other than that, he was okay. And without this, there's no way he would have been okay. Is a skater helmet okay on a bike? It's better not to, but it sure is better than nothing. The difference is this: with a skater helmet, it protects more of the back of your head, and with a bike helmet, you get more of the front, because you're probably going to go forward. You're not going to fall back like you would on a skater. But you can do the same thing. They do have the air holes, so you can test it to see if it is tight. What about babies? On a carrier on the seat and in the trailer, you see those little trailers? Should they have a helmet on? Yes. The short answer is definitely should. You get in an accident, you certainly got to protect that little guy or girl's head. When you're on your bike, you want to make sure that you have something with you. Let me get my helmet here. You want to make sure you have something with you so if you do get in an accident, people know who you are. And we have these little kits. There we go. It's from Brandon's Champions, it's called. And if you look in my helmet, and you probably can't see it, it's really small. But it has my name, address, emergency contact. You put it right inside of your helmet. On the outside of your helmet, maybe, you put this little EMS sticker, and mine fell off, but it lets them know that they're there, okay? And that way if something does happen, they know who you are. And Officer Kate's gonna talk a little bit more about that as well, correct? Yes, no, okay?
Yep.
All right, so when you're on your bike, obviously you need to obey all the traffic laws, and that is definitely
Yes,
more your
please.
thing. But a big thing that people don't do is use their turn signals, just like they don't do in their car either. You know how annoying that is when someone's ahead of you not using it. Same deal on a bike. So what you need to do, first of all, you need to know them, and you should know them by now. If you're going to turn right, by the way, these are all done with your left hand, except for one. There's an exception. If you're going to turn right, take that left hand and you put it out here. Use the left hand because you're driving over here on the right, so they can see it. Left turn. It is out here, straight out. And if you're going to stop, you put the arm down here. Now, the DMV has just come up with something to confuse the issue. The right turn can either be this, which everyone knows, or you can take your right hand and put it out here, which no one's going to see. However, I just looked on the website today because I know I saw people do this already, and yep, it can go either way. This one makes way more sense, way more sense. When you're on your bike at night, it is very, very important that you can be seen. First of all, you should wear something nice and bright to make sure that people can see you. You never dress all in black. We've all had that when we were driving. We've had a kid or an adult shoot out in front of us in the dark and you don't see them and you get that little heart attack going. So make sure you are dressed nice and brightly. Also, you should have a light on your bike. And this one has, on my bike, I have a light in the front and I have a light in the back. And these just come right on and off the bike. You can take them on and off. But they'll either show just steady, and it's probably hard to see in the sun, or they can flash. Now, it's more important to actually be seen. This is not so much that you can see. The front headlight works okay to see, but you want to make sure that it's flashing or that it's on for sure so people can see you. That is the important part. All yours.
Okay. So we want everybody to be safe while they're riding their bikes, but we also want you to make sure that you lock them up during the summertime. We have a lot of theft of bikes occur. We also want you to register your bikes. You can do that for free now. You can go to our webpage, www.oshkoshpd.com. And if you click on the tab, I want to, and it says register your bike, make sure you do that so if your bike is stolen, that we have the information. So when we do come across it, we can get it back to you. So register your bike and lock it up, please. And then we also want you to be safe when you are out riding. So we want you to carry your phone if you can. If you need medication, bring that with you. If you have the file of life, sometimes you have it at your home, but also in your wallet or purse. If you have that, bring your needed medication, but also this, because it shows the list of your medications and what your medical conditions are. So if we get called to a welfare check of you, maybe you had an accident or something happened, if you have this information on you, that helps us get you medical treatment faster. So you can basically ride your bike in most locations. You can ride it in the street, you can ride it on the sidewalk, and there already are some bike lanes, some sharrows that are marked where you should be riding your bike in the designated traffic lane. So when you're riding your bike, we want one person on the bike. We want you to remain seated, and that is for your safety. We don't want to see people riding on the pegs or riding in front here, because if you were to get into any type of accident, that's not going to be a good placement on the bike. So one person to the bike and remain seated, please. I have seen this when I'm out on patrol. We want you to travel with traffic, and you need to obey the traffic signs and signals. Even it's same as if you were a vehicle, same as if you were a pedestrian, and you need to stop for traffic and obey the signs and signals.
What if you're on a busy road, Officer Kate? I know when I was growing up, and that was a long time ago, they always said go into traffic so you see what's coming up. No,
Not on the bike.
They should always
Yeah.
go with traffic.
With traffic.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us today for Beyond the Badge and On Fire, where we talked about bike safety. We hope you have a great and safe summer.